hell-bent on doing this. You can't talk to people like that. It's the sort of thing that you hear Jenny Jones from the Police Authority of London talking about. Why can't we have dialogue? Yeah, you can have dialogue if you're talking to people who are reasonable. But when they're in a situation like they are now, they're not going to be reasonable. They're hell-bent on causing something which I suspect is something to do with revenge.
Well, we don't know that for sure, do we?
That's
the question, though.
I'm just saying to you that it's a tad hopeful to think that you can talk people out of this. It doesn't really work that way. I mean, we've seen that historically with Brixton, Broadwater, the Farm, and many other places where, you know, you try and get dialogue with community leaders, and the bottom line of it is the community leaders have absolutely no control over the community or certain sections of the community. So it makes life very difficult to actually try and defuse these situations.
But that's to dismiss all the efforts that have been made over the years to improve relations between communities, not just Tottenham, not just in London, but in all parts of the country.
That's not at all, because the people that are causing the damage and the destruction are not representative of the community, and they're not community leaders, they're not people who speak for the community, they're violent thugs. And there's violent thugs in every community, and to try and rope them into the consultative process, I think is expecting too much. And certainly, although quite clearly you're going to have attempts being made to try and defuse the situation, but once it's set like this, you aren't going to be able to do that. I mean, you can't just sit back there and try and talk your way out of this. It's not going to happen like that. These people are hell-bent on revenge, and that's what it comes down to, unfortunately. And unless you realise the scope of the problem once it kicks off, and by the nature of the area, that it could. In certain areas.
But the nature.
The police didn't cause it. The police are trying to save lives. The police are trying to prosecute offenders. The police are trying to make London a safer place. That's what their mission.
These are live pictures from Tottenham. This is the High Road in this part of North London that we're looking at. And our correspondent, you saw him maybe just in the...
it very well at all, if they allow for that. And even now, vans, you've just heard them going past me and just seen them in vision going down the road there, vans of officers wearing boiler suits and hard helmets and with their riot shields are arriving. So it's taken them some time to get here, although I have to be fair and say that there have been units like that here for several hours now. What you can see really